I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr. Chairman, would you please regain order of your committee?
Order.
Please. There's a point of order.
We have a point of order. Mr. Lynch.
I just want to say that I fully support Marjorie Taylor Green. I 100% support her. She has every right to be there. The idea that she should not be there is anti-American, right? Now, I know many people are going to be shocked that I said that, because I absolutely cannot stand MTG. I think she's a disgrace. She's an embarrassment to the country. And I'm going to explain how these two things can be true. First of all, let's start with the anti-American, right? Why is it anti-American for people to think that she shouldn't be in her position? And I want to separate her being in her position from her conduct in terms of, how it's allowed, right? Those are two separate things, right? What is the American thing? What's the American response to this? What's the patriotic response to this? In this country, the United States of America, one of the core parts of our government, our democracy, is that we the people have representation within our government, right? We are allowed to vote for people who will represent our interests in government, right? That's a core part of our democracy. It's a core part of what it is, this country, the United States of America. Now, we are a nation of immigrants. We're a nation of a, vastly diverse group of people. And this includes buffoons, right? Buffoons are Americans too, right? The jerk-offs who cut you off on the highway, they are Americans too. Think of every group of people in this country that you find annoying, disgusting, whatever negative word you can find. Think of any of those groups of people and recognize that they deserve representation just like every other citizen in this country, right? Democracy is not just for the people you like or the people you agree with, right? Democracy is for all. We, the people, jerks, buffoons, nice people, bad people, right? Democracy is for us all. Part of the model, relies on the hope that we never have a majority of people that are just really, really bad people. Unfortunately, in the past, that has been the case. Let's say times like when we had things like slavery, right? So this has been problematic, and it can be problematic, but generally speaking, the hope is that the majority, the net desire of the majority, should be something that is appropriate for us all, right? So even though the worst of us are part of our democracy and are worthy of representation, we just hope that they always stay a minority. But again, everyone has a voice, right? All groups should have representation. We do have buffoons in this country who, if they were in Congress, this is exactly how they would behave, or worse, right? So what is wrong if there are people in this country who behave like MTG, right? What is the problem with having someone like them represent them in Congress? And people ask, how can they vote for this woman? Because they're buffoons, just like her, right? They love this. They love that she's trolling everyone and disrupting everyone, and the fact that she's not doing anything, they love that, right? Their ideology is government bad. Government's getting in the way of freedom and whatever, which just kind of doesn't make any sense, but whatever, that's what they believe, right? So her not doing anything and her blocking things is good because it stops government from doing things that they don't like, right? They want small government should stay out of our lives, blah, blah, blah. Now, whether that's a consistent desire or not, that's a separate topic. But the thing is, they are opposed to government intervention in our lives. So if they're on, in Congress arguing about eyelashes and not passing any bills, this is good for them, right? So again, she absolutely should be there. She deserves to be there. She was elected. She's a good representative of the people who voted for her, clearly. I mean, if she wasn't, they wouldn't vote for her, right? People would like to think that they're all just stupid. I'm sure some of them are, but many of them, they are very aware of what she's doing and that she's not getting anything done, and how, she's just creating chaos, and they like it, right? And therefore, she absolutely deserves to be there. So there is another side to this, though, right? Her right to be there, her appropriateness of being there, supporting a core part of the United States of America and what, this country represents, is one thing. Allowing her conduct is another, right? Because there's two sides to this, right? The people in her district who voted for her, they have a right to vote for her and to choose their representative. And a representative definitely has a right to be there. Like, they are the ones who have full power to decide who represents them in Congress, right? They control that 100%. What they do not control is Congress itself, right? MTG is just a single representative, right? Representing her district, right? But Congress itself consists of representatives for districts all over the country, right? One district cannot supersede all the others. Her being allowed to violate rules and create chaos should not be allowed. Just like, for example, even in Georgia, the buffoons who voted for her, they have a right to vote for her, right? But their conduct is subject to the rules of where they live, right? So if they're driving crazy and cutting people off, they get tickets. They should get tickets. They should be, punished, right? They should suffer consequences for their behavior. Just like how the people who voted for her should suffer consequences for their behavior, in their areas. MTG should be subject to the rules of Congress, right? So her being allowed to behave this way is inappropriate. It's embarrassing. It's wrong. But her being there is perfectly appropriate. Unless, of course, based on her conduct and the rules of Congress. If there's a rule where someone like her should be expelled, then she should be expelled. But as long as there's no rule that she's violating that has a consequence of being removed, right? That's a requirement. Anyone who does such and such, not that that has a consequence, but that's mandatory. If there's a rule that says anyone that does such and such should be removed from Congress, and she's done something like that and she's not being removed, that's an issue. But otherwise, she should be absolutely allowed to be there, right? However, she should not be allowed to just do whatever. She should have to follow the rules just like everyone else, right? Each district has the right to put whoever they want in there. But once you're in there, you're part of a system, right? You can't just do whatever you want to do in Congress. That's where you cross the line. This is Debate Me Channel. Debate Me in the comment section below. Click on the like button, subscribe, smash that bell. Be well.